What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This week we'll be talking about this Ridgid toolbox stack that I have set up. We'll be going over why I went with Ridgid over Milwaukee Packout or the DeWalt system. Another popular one that's up and coming is the Tough Built system you get at Lowe's. So I'll talk about why I went the Ridgid route. I'll briefly compare it to the only packout box that I have. Give you my thoughts, opinions on them, on this box, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with why I went with Ridgid Pro Gear versus Packout, the DeWalt system, or Tough Built. So after looking and just researching which one I think would be best for me, I ended up landing on Pro Gear mainly because of pricing. I think I got this whole stack, which is this medium-sized box, the 4-drawer, and then the 3-drawer for a little under $250. I think some of it was on sale. Like, I know that I got the rolling Dolly handle thing for $13 at Home Depot on clearance. I don't know how much regular MSRP is, but that's pretty good. I know I paid, this top box was 30 bucks. 4-drawer was 130. I know it was less than 150, and this was right around 100. So yeah, I know that Milwaukee is finally releasing a rolling pack out that is just one large drawer that pulls out, and for that they want $250, and it's not even released yet. So yeah, for that one rolling box, if I wanted to go the pack out route, would be just as expensive as this whole thing. So yeah, take that for what it is. I'm going to set y'all down. Another one of the selling points on the Pro Gear system was the fact that this whole rolling piece you can just take off, comes apart, and you can slap it on whatever box you want. So then you can put that back on, and it's as easy as that. So that was another big selling point for me, the fact that I could make any box I wanted, really, a rolling box. So yeah, there was that. So the only pack out box that I have, I didn't get it out because there's not really a point, is one that's comparable to this one. And I will say that the whatever plastic that Milwaukee uses, it does feel better built. So I mean, that probably goes into pricing. Not that the Ridgid boxes are flimsy or anything, but the packout definitely does seem like it is a little more stout. So there's that. I know a lot of our other techs, I think every other tech on my team actually has a Milwaukee packout stack, and I'm the only one that went a different route. And that's fine with me. So let's talk about one of the things that I've noticed pretty early on with this setup, and it pertains to the rolling dolly. And let's see how well I can get it to show up on camera. But I just weighed these boxes all together with a dolly, and it's 145 pounds. And I want to say that these dollies are rated for 200 pounds. And so, I mean, I got a little over 50 pounds before I'm at that mark. But let's see if we can get it to show up. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. The wheels kind of have that little camber going on to it. I mean, it rolls perfectly smooth. Take it across asphalt, and on cement it rolls super fine. But yeah, that's the only thing I really noticed with it so far, and it's probably because just whatever axle they use running through the bottom of the box, it's probably just a thin rod. So I mean, if it ever becomes a bigger issue, then I mean, I'm sure I could rig something up cheaply and, you know, get that fixed up. So just like the last video, let's go ahead and start with what's on the outside of the box, and then we'll get to the insides, which is the nitty gritty. So on the outside, I have this bag hanging from really just a bungee strap for that I could hang whatever I want on, and then these two bigger sized carabiners just clipped to that. I got this bag for maybe 30 bucks at Home Depot, and it's been good. It's relatively new. You can tell it's still pretty clean. So yeah, I have this Snap-on screw gun. It does have an adjustable clutch on it, and it takes the 1/4" hex. And these STS, you'll see I have a lot of them on my tools. It's just a magnet that goes to the bottom of your batteries. It screws in 2 holes that are already in the battery. And I'll show y'all, it's a really powerful magnet. I mean, it has no problem sticking to just really any piece of metal. And I like that. It helps prevent tip overs and just kind of takes care of your tools a little better. I do have this auto lock Milwaukee tape measure. Nothing fancy with it. I don't really use a tape measure all that much. And if you saw my other video, you saw that I had this attached to my Vito Pro Pack. I went ahead and took that off and put it on here so that I could use it more with that. And here, just a quick little grab and go hex. These are all Milwaukee, I believe. Just your metric hex bits and a Phillips. And this is a Blue Point set that I actually really like. I think it's about 100 bucks. Open that with one hand. Of course, got it off a Snap-on truck, and the full set is, they're all ball end, and this top row is all Torx. This is SAE sizing hex, and the front is metric hex. And again, that is all ball end. And of course, you have your 1/4" hex driver, and then a socket, 1/4" square drive to 1/4" hex that you can put these in and throw it on a 1/4" ratchet. Moving on, up here, I keep a box of gloves, nitrile gloves, for just, you know, trying to stay clean, or else it ends up on your clothes in the van, then it ends up at home, and then yeah, your lady's not too happy about that. I keep it strapped on here with, what do they call this? A cam lock from Home Depot. It was like 7 bucks. And then I do keep another carabiner here just to hang whatever I want, honestly. So we'll start with this top box. I keep this neck light from Snap-on. It's cool because these do come apart, and then you can kind of just use it as a flashlight if you want. It's a neck light. I think each one is maybe 300 lumens. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. And then a Matco back probe kit. Has all sorts of good stuff in it. I'm not going to take them all out. But yeah, there's that. These Snap-on magnetic parts holder, hardware holder. These are really sweet. I like that. Got a piece of metal stuck in me there. That's fun. Yeah, I like these a lot more than the hard tray ones. I think that's a Kevlar type of material. I think that's what I was told. And yeah, I've had it for a real long time now and use it all the time. Coming in here, this is another Vito Pro Pack bag. This is really my hammering bag, I like to call it. That model is an MB2. Again, just another really well-built bag. All right, I had to get y'all set up on the tripod because that one-handed wasn't working out. In the main pocket, I keep a snap-on ball peen dead blow. These are hands down my favorite hammer, any type of hammer. I also keep I think a 2-pound, a 3-pound, and a 4-pound sledgehammer in the van that I completely stopped using because I have 3 of these in different models and weights. So yeah. And then there's another side pocket in here to where I keep my punches and chisels. So we'll start with these brass punches. Gotta go with brass because when you're hammering pins out, really seize pins out, if you're using a steel drift, then it's just gonna mushroom the pins. Or if you're just hitting it with a steel hammer, then yeah, it's gonna mushroom the end of the pin and your life's just gonna be not fun after that. So I keep 3 different sizes, all a mix of Mac, Matco, and yeah, I think it's just those 2. But I'm pretty sure they're just Mayhew rebrands. So yeah, got those 3. And then I have 3 different snap-on chisels. I really do think that these chisels I've used, I don't know, some from Northern Tool, some from some Mayhew chisels actually, and I was not a fan of them at all. I'm a real big fan of those snap-on ones. I have a Matco punch holder because, yeah, I mean, I know everyone watching this has probably been swinging a hammer and accidentally took their thumb out, and it's not a good time. In the side pocket here, I keep 2 different style snap ring pliers, both snap-on. I have a straight tip and then a 90-degree tip. I find myself using the 90 degree a lot more. And what's cool about these is that this will be your internal snap ring setting, and then push that button in, they come apart, and you now have your external snap ring setting. So that's really cool, convertible style. Just keeps everything, I don't have to carry a full set of pliers around. Coming in here, this is a 3/8 extension that functions as a punch extension. And I guess I'll show you what I mean by that. Roll pin punches, gotta have them. I have, I would probably say this 3/16 size, and then whatever this is, 7/32 size, my most commonly used ones. So back to this extension, punch extension. That's literally all I mean. Hammer on this end, and then you can just throw your punch in that 3/8 drive, and yeah, it gets you into a little better spots. But yeah, this is in a Matco pouch because it's a really nice pouch. But it's majority snap-on roll pin punches, but my spares I run are the Matcos that were originally in here. So there's that. This is probably my primary go-to punch. Again, I do think that you really need to get quality punches. Don't cheap out because they'll bend, they'll break in half, and if you have a snap-on or a Matco or Mac dealer, it's just really easy warranty because they're consumables, you will warranty them. So yeah. And then this is a set of just straight punches. See, this is what I mean by this Matco is just a much nicer pouch than the snap-on pouches. So that's why I do that. But yeah, more punches, not roll pin, they're just a straight punch. Good punches, I like them. And that is it for my hammer bag. And as you can see, this little bag holds quite a bit of stuff. So I'm really happy with that. All right, so getting into my 4-drawer middle box. This top drawer is kind of just miscellaneous stuff, I guess. I'll start with this speed out kit. That is a 4-piece set of screw extractors. I'll show you this top one, the big one. On one end is the left hand thread drill bit, and then on the other end is just the extractor side, again left hand. These have been hands down the best style of extractors that I've used. So yeah, those are really good and relatively cheap. Here is a just snap-on butane torch. I think this is the middle size. They make a larger size and then a smaller size. So I went with the middle one and it does me good. In the last video you saw the smaller version of these, snap-on slip joint pliers. This is the largest set they make, largest size they make. Here you just have a hard handle carbide scraper. Really good for just cleaning surfaces up, for prepping, for gaskets or whatever it may be. I use it for cleaning up corrosion as well. This is just a little grease gun that's not really used on equipment. I don't use it on equipment. I use it for my electric ratchets because you do have to grease them. This is just a work light, snap-on. They make a ton of lights. It's like every week they have a new light. So this has been one of my good ones that I use all the time. This is a headlamp. It's that real thin strip style. Yeah, this is off a Matco truck. I don't know who actually makes it. But yeah, let's see if I can get it to show. You have a high setting, a medium setting, and then a spotlight setting. So that's really cool. Battery life is kind of not the best, but it still definitely deserves a spot in the box to use all the time. This is just a pick set from Snap-on. This is like my third pick set that I bought. First one was a Husky set from Home Depot. I got a set off of the Mack truck, which was really disappointing me. I ended up bending the tips on each one of the picks. I was just expecting a little better quality, I guess. But yeah, I've been using these Snap-on ones, and yeah, the build quality is just, it's a ton better. Like, I know it may seem like I'm just Snap-on fanboying, but I mean, their hand tools are, I mean, they're good. Yep, I have a loose, same thing I showed you earlier. That's kind of just overflow. This is a drill bit set from Spider. These have been the best drill bits that I've used so far. I know there's definitely better drill bits out there, but I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars when I don't drill holes all that often. But yeah, these have been really good. Again, the best I've used, and so they're readily available at Lowe's, and I keep extras of the two smallest sizes, 1/16, 5/64, in the van, because I mean, I'd just be breaking those. But yeah, I like them a lot. And they aren't too pricey. Coming in the second drawer, a little stubby set of Icon SAE wrenches for when I have some hydraulic fittings in a real tight area. Yeah, those are actually new. I haven't even used them yet. I've been cutting my cheap wrenches and making them stubby, so I went ahead and just got those. This is a little box of different size heat shrink, little electrical connectors, and then, oh, that guy fell out. About medium-ish size zip ties, and then some small guys. And I like keeping that stuff in here just so when I'm in a customer site, I don't have to walk back out to the van. That is my least favorite thing to do. And here, more of these dead blows from Snap-on I was talking about earlier. This will be my heaviest size. That is a 32 ounce ball peen dead blow. And yeah, you can tell they all get their use, but once they've had enough, it's just an easy handoff for warranty. This is a non-marring or soft face dead blow. That is a 32 ounce as well. Kind of like what I was talking earlier, I'll use these to drive pins in when I'm not using a punch, and that soft face just so that it's not mushrooming those pins and making my life harder. These are two striking pry bars. They do have that striking cap at the end. I like these a lot, and I got a deal on them. It was a four-piece set, but I just keep the two smallest sizes in here. And yeah, they're really good. They have that flared end cap, so you know, it kind of protects your hand a little bit. This bottom drawer is my socket drawer. Get y'all fixed up there. This is just a clutch set of metric Allen sockets, hex sockets, whatever you prefer. All the way from 2 up to 12. Yeah, no complaints. They're good. They were cheap. They do what I need. This is a 1/4-inch drive impact rated set off a Mac Tools truck. Well, those are Mac, and then these are just a 10 millimeter and a 12 millimeter 1/4-inch wobble from Snap-on. I'll go ahead and just keep those on there just cuz. And yep, I like the semi-deeps because, you know, it kind of bridges the gap between a full-blown deep socket and then a shallow. So most of the times a semi-deep will do what you need it to. 1/4-inch, and this is a 3/8 drive, again semi-deep, off of a Matco truck. It is their ADV brand, so I believe Sunex actually makes these for Matco, which is fine. I heard good things about Sunex sockets, so I was cool with that. And then these are 3/8 drive wobbles from Harbor Freight. They are Icon, and I like those a lot. If you want to get a set of these off of any tool truck, it is going to be so much money, and I just can't bring myself to do it. So I rock the Icon ones, and I haven't had any problem with them. So yeah, those have been good to me. This is on my 1/2-inch drive sockets. These 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to be a Clutch brand again from Northern Tool. And then all the taller ones are going to be 1/2" drive, semi-deep, snap-on sockets. Yeah. So there's that drawer. Now getting into the bottom box, which is the 3 drawer. There's the 2 top ones are the same size, just more shallow drawers, and that is a deeper drawer. This will be my wrench drawer. This isn't all the wrenches I have, but just different style wrenches. So these far ones are a mix of Snap-on and Icon. We'll do these 2. And really, those are just my larger size combination wrenches. These Snap-on ones are ratcheting box end. The Icon ones are just your standard combination wrench. 15/16 is really common size in a lot of the equipment. So I mean, I keep them in here, as well as a 13/16 and a good old 1-inch. Anything above that I keep in the van just due to storage reasons. So I have this set. Here, I'll get a bigger one to show. This is the double box end ratcheting flex from Icon at Harbor Freight, and I actually got these on an open box deal. I think regular MSRP is a little over $200. I bought the set missing 1 wrench for $80, and then I went ahead and just had my Snap-on dealer order me the one that was missing. And it was like $40 wrench for this one. Yeah, same deal. Both flex, both ratcheting. But the difference is this one does not have the little lip that sticks out like these do. And Snap-on does make a wrench like that. It's a little more pricey. So what I did was bought this because I do need that lip on certain things. So 13 and 15 mil. So these two will really kind of just go hand in hand. No lip, and it has that little offset to it. So yeah, I was happy with that. And these bottom wrenches, I honestly don't even know what you would call these. Double box end, 12 point with I think a 10-degree offset. Really good for just getting a little extra clearance around obstructions. Yeah, they come in handy for sure. Don't use them all the time, but whenever you need them or need something like similar, then it is handy. And that is a full set of those. So yeah. Getting into some power tools now. Long neck, 1/4" drive, electric ratchet off of the Snap-on's 14.4. Definitely, I guess all of these, except for this drill, are used all day, every day. So yeah, really daily driven. Like it a lot. And then same deal with, but in 3/8, and it's not the long neck. And check out that light. I like that a lot. The full halo light. That's on the, I think, newer model brushless Snap-on ratchets. And so the older ones just have that single one, that single LED. It still lights up the work area plenty. But yeah, that halo style light is just really cool. I like it. Coming into this, just a grab and go sort of 3/8 style impact. If you go to any, really just any automotive shop, you're gonna see a ton of these things just because they're super great. They don't make the most power, but I mean, it's a good little grab and go. And I like the rocker trigger on it. You don't have to mess with a directional button usually here. It's just a matter of drive in and then reverse. And this is just a small 3/8 drill. That'll do a majority of the holes that I'm drilling. If I need a bigger hole done, if I'm using a hole saw or a bigger size step bit, then I'll go grab my Milwaukee fuel drill, which has more than enough power. But yeah, just a good light drill will do majority of the things that I need. Coming to this bottom drawer are my heavier hitting impacts. I do keep some extensions all kind of just stuck together, as you saw. Short 3/8 and a longer 3/8, and then that is a 3/8 drive to 1/2 inch adapter. And I'm a real big fan of that because it's a really low profile adapter. And I got that to go on this mainly. This is the part number, I think, is CT9038 3/8 drive impact that makes 525 foot-pound of breakaway torque, which, I mean, out of a impact that small is really impressive. They make a 1/2 inch drive version as well. And I bought this before Milwaukee made their, I guess their response to it. Because now they have the 2nd gen M12 stubby that makes 550. And they also make it in 3/8 and 1/2 inch. So yeah, the Milwaukee version is going to be a little smaller just because it's not an 18 volt battery strapped to it. So I mean, you could run the little stubby ones, or you could run, I think, the 3.0s and up, and you'll have a little bit more, but I think it's still going to be smaller than this. So we'll see. This does me good, and again, it's just really compact. And if you throw that adapter on to run bigger sockets, it doesn't add anything to it. It only adds that much in reality. So that's good. And then this will be my high torque CT9080. I believe it is 1800 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. So yeah, this is just my heaviest hitter, and yeah, she's got some power, does everything I need it to when I need it to. And also, just about every power tool that I have in here has that STS magnetic base for the battery. And let me just show you, this is not a light impact at all. She's got some weight. So let me show you just how strong these magnets hold. So again, same thing as earlier. I'll come over here and stick it to this box, and yeah, no problem. And that's just to a toolbox. Yeah. When I stick it to, say, any piece of equipment, it's a lot more solid steel, obviously, than a toolbox. So yeah, it'll grab even harder there. And all right, guys, that's, I mean, really it. I know one thing that I did forget to mention that I just remembered, that the drawers on these Ridgid boxes, they are removable. You can completely pull the drawer out. It's, I don't know, something to do with this white tab on both sides, and then you can pull the entire drawer out. Also, something I forgot to mention, if it's a deal breaker for you, these boxes, the drawer boxes, are not technically waterproof rated. They don't have any sort of seal going around. like this top box does, for example. But I have had this out in the rain multiple times in heavy rain, and I have never found any water getting into there. Because I mean, if you just look at it, it would be kind of hard for water to get in there. They do sit a little recessed. But yeah, guys, that's really going to be it. I hope that this video has assisted you in, you know, kind of narrowing down what system you want to go with if you're trying to make that decision right now. I guess just a quick little recap. Great boxes. Again, the only problem I've noticed, it's not a real problem yet, is those wheels. Looks like they're struggling with the weight a little bit. But I mean, as far as water resistance, I've had no issues. And yeah, it's just a really good system for what you get at that price point. Appreciate you guys checking out this video. Shameless plug. Please do share with your friends and drop a like and subscribe. Again, a lot more to come. And yeah, I'm going to try and get videos out at least once a week on days that I get home from work early or at a better time. Then I will try and make just shorter single product reviews. And yeah, see how that goes. Thanks again, y'all, and y'all have a good one.